Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Friday. We got a solid 8-game slate, so let's dive right into the analysis. So we got Harden here at the top at 11K. A good matchup here against Phoenix. The worry is, can Phoenix keep this game close? At Houston, if I had to guess, I'd assume the spread would probably be about 15 points. So there's a lot of risk. But if Phoenix can keep it close, I think Harden definitely has some pretty big upside here. Then we got Lillard at 9K. Really like this play here. Really like this game in general. The game's at New Orleans, so there's definitely a better chance that this game stays close. 9K for Lillard. Seems a little much, but the matchup's so good where I definitely am considering him. And then Ben Simmons here. Didn't practice. He's going to be questionable for this game. Philly, when fully healthy, is a little tough. They have a lot of mouths to feed with Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias, and Embiid. The matchup's obviously really good here against Sacramento. If Ben Simmons misses, then, you target the other three. If everyone's healthy, you definitely can play, one of those big four. But again, there's a lot of mouths to feed. KEMBA here at 8.2. A great matchup here against Washington. The price seems a little low for him. He's going to play close basically the whole game, so have no issue at all with KEMBA. Devin Booker, you can take a shot here in GPPs. Again, whenever Phoenix keeps it close, most of the time it's going to be because of a big game from Booker. So if you think Phoenix keeps it close, you want to stack this game, then run back like Harden with Devin Booker. I have no issue with that at all. But again, I'm a little concerned about the blowout. LaVine at 7.8, coming back from injury. I'd assume they're not going to limit him. If he is going to be limited, I would not, have any interest. But, yeah, if he's not going to be limited at 7.8, I definitely think he goes pretty low owned. But he does have some upside here in a good matchup against the Clippers. Lou Williams, I just love playing this guy. He's a high-usage guy off the bench. Chicago, pretty decent matchup here. So Lou Williams in a close game should play 30 or so minutes. So he has huge upside too. So I like him a lot as a GPP play. Chris Paul, under 7K. It just seems a little too cheap. Again, the only concern here is the blowout. Fox at 6.9. Also seems a little underpriced. The minutes have been really good here. 33, 35, 37, 38. Like to see that a lot. So at 6.9K, if you can continue to see these type of minutes, I do like Fox a decent amount. CJ, no issues with him at all here at 6.8. Been playing great basketball here. 35, 45, 30, 35 minutes, 35, 36, 41, 53 fantasy points. I like this game as a game stack, so I do like CJ, and I think it's doable to pair Lillard with CJ. And right below him, we got Alf Payton with no Drew. He's really stepped up his game here. Back-to-back triple-doubles. And he even put up a triple-double in a tough matchup against Milwaukee. Bledsoe's a solid defender, so now he's in a matchup against Portland. Lillard, McCollum, not the best defenders. So I do like Alfred Payton quite a bit here at 6.6. Rondo. So the Lakers are in a back-to-back, and they said there was a possibility that LeBron would rest in back-to-backs. He's playing tonight, Thursday, so there's a decent chance that LeBron rests. If he does rest, that's when you target these other Lakers. It's just kind of hard to figure out what Luke Walton's doing with this team right now. They're kind of limiting some guys, but in the game against Chicago, they played 31 minutes. So, obviously if LeBron misses, then that's when you target the other Lakers. Rondo, Kuzma, McGee, possibly even Mo Wagner. It's kind of hard to trust what exactly Luke Walton's doing with his team right now. So we're gonna have to kind of wait for news. But if LeBron misses, obviously, then you target those other Lakers. Derrick White been playing great basketball here. He's got a good matchup. He's playing right on 30 minutes. He has 40, 50 fantasy point upside. So yeah, I have absolutely no issue with Derrick White. Satoransky, same thing here. The matchup's solid. He's playing great minutes, playing basically close to 40 minutes a night. 5.8 seems a little too cheap, so no issue with Satoransky either. Dennis Smith Jr., if he misses, you can look to Moutier, but they always add another guy to the rotation. I don't think I want to mess with the Knicks on this 8-game slate. Chris Dunn seems a little underpriced here at 5.4. Beverly at 5.1, definitely in play too. I do like this Chicago and the Clippers game. Let's see. Archidiakono only if Levine misses, but Levine probable, so I don't think we can go there. All right, let's move on to shooting guard. Beal at 9.5. I've been playing him a lot, and I got off him against Orlando. Still a decent 45. He's going to play 40 minutes. He's going to shoot the ball 20 times. He has big upside, so absolutely no complaints here with Brad Beal. Let's see, DeRozan at 8.4. The concern with paying up for a guy like this in this type of game is the blowout. Obviously, New York, one of the worst teams in the NBA. It's at San Antonio. That's why I'd feel a little more comfortable playing Derrick White for a couple thousand cheaper. He doesn't need to do as much. But if the game stays close, Aldridge, DeRozan, kind of like the Houston guys. If Phoenix keeps it close, those guys can definitely have big games. Jimmy Butler, let's just questionable. I think he's going to be fine. They just rested him. I would consider playing some Philadelphia guys if Ben Simmons misses. You could even consider playing, and the match is really good at Sacramento, so you can even consider him if Ben Simmons plays. But I wouldn't go crazy if Ben Simmons plays. I wouldn't go crazy and load up on the 76ers. Let's see. Jeremy Lamb, Batum. The matchups are so good. I love targeting players against Washington. If I had to pick one, it probably would be Batum. Playing basically 40 minutes. So yeah, 5.6K seems priced about right, but just because the matchup makes him in play for sure. Bogdan here, 5.1. I actually came off the bench on Thursday. I kind of do like him more off the bench. He's a higher usage guy off the bench. He's going to shoot the ball a bunch. So I don't have an issue with him there, 5.1. Let's see. The secondary, like Josh Hart, Bullock, I guess you could consider if LeBron does miss for sure. All right, let's move on to small forward. Giannis at 10.9. Probably not for me. The matchup is not the best against Miami. Milwaukee been blowing out a lot of teams. And, I guess if you want to play the ownership aspect, you can play him. He's going to be low owned, but it's just not for me on the slate. Same thing with LeBron. It's a back-to-back. Even if he plays, I'd assume he's going to be very limited. I'm kind of expecting him not to play, but it's just stay away from LeBron for me. Tobias, again, if Ben Simmons misses, that's when you consider Tobias, Jimmy Butler, and Embiid. Let's see, Otto Porter been playing some pretty good basketball. 6.7, the price is creeping up there. I still think he is in play, but when the Bulls are fully healthy, I just think he's okay. Gallinari currently listed as questionable. Now, if he misses, I would really like JaMychal Green as a value play. So we're going to have to kind of wait for news with Gallinari. If he plays, probably not for me. I think they're better plays on the board. Kuzma, I would definitely consider if LeBron does miss. At 6.2, that'd be too cheap. Let's see. Jabari, no complaints either here. 5.8. He's a high usage guy at the bench. Going to play right around 25 minutes. Price creeping up there a bit by stuff. I definitely think he is still in play. Let's see. Marvin Williams, he was kind of popular the other night. Did put up a big game last time against Washington. I have a feeling he might be popular here, but I'm probably not going to go there. I mean, we've seen Marvin Williams can bust. He can play big minutes and still bust, so probably not for me. KCP, again, the secondary Lakers pieces, you definitely got to consider them if LeBron does miss. JaMychal Green brought him up. If Gallinari misses, I would like him a lot. Played 32 minutes with no Gallinari, so he would basically be a lock and load if Gallinari does miss. All right, let's move on to power forward. Let's see, Aldridge, the same analysis here with DeRozan. No issue. It's just the blowout concern. If New York can keep it close, him and DeRozan definitely get on a big game, but I would feel a little more comfortable probably targeting Derrick White just because he wouldn't need as much to get you there. Randle here at 8.3. I would consider if Anthony Davis misses, but everything looks like Anthony Davis is going to play. Now, Randle still is in play here, but with Anthony Davis out there, it does hurt the appeal a bit of him. Markkanen, I think he's going to go really low and burned a lot of people, including myself, last time out against the Lakers. Now he's got a matchup with the Clippers. Bigs have destroyed the Clippers. I think goes super low owned. I don't think I can do it, but I think he goes really low owned and does still have some upside. Then you got Blake Griffin here. It's really not been playing good. The Pistons got blown out last couple games. The price has dropped now to 7.7. That just seems way too cheap for Blake Griffin. I'm not huge into playing any Detroit guys, but I am definitely considering here the price tag at 7.7K. Anthony Davis, I do like this game a lot. He's going to play 21, 22 minutes, but look, like he's gotten 46, he's gotten 40 plus 3 of the last 4 games. So, you definitely can target him at GPPs there. Let's see, Portis. He's gonna. The concern is he's got Thomas Bryant behind him, and I brought it up a few times where you can definitely pivot off Bobby Portis and play Thomas Bryant. And Thomas Bryant, like I said, when he plays minutes, played 25 minutes, got 40 fantasy points. So Thomas Bryant's always an option as a pivot to Bobby Portis. Portis at 6.1. There's most likely going to be no Cody Zeller, so he should be going up against Frank Kaminsky, Guillermo Hernan-Gomez. I think Bobby Portis should have a big game, so I definitely like him at 6.1. Again, the only concern is they got Thomas Bryant waiting in the wings on the bench. Montrez, really like him at 6K. The match against Chicago, they run big. I assume Montrez plays close to 30 minutes, so I do like him a lot. Marvin Bagley, so this is interesting. His first game back was tonight. So it is a back-to-back. Maybe they rest him. I'm going to wait for news. If he's not going to rest and he's not going to be limited at 5.8, I would really like him. But I'm a little concerned that they either rest him or limit him. Let's see. Bielitsa picked up a start. I haven't really looked into the minutes of what the minutes have been currently tonight. But he's been playing really good. So if he starts again, you definitely can consider him there. 4.6. Kaminsky, we got Cody Zeller. Believe he is doubtful. Yep. So we got Marvin Williams back. So there is a lot of bodies here for Charlotte. You got Marvin Williams, you got Kaminsky, you got Hernan-Gomez, you even got Biyombo. If Hernan-Gomez starts at 3.2, I would definitely consider him. Kaminsky's still in play here, 4.5, but again, they got some healthy bodies, so I don't think he's the best play in the world. Let's see. Mo. If LeBron misses, I think that's a slight boost to Mo. Detroit runs big. So I'd assume he'll play some extra minutes, but again, we don't really know what Luke Walton's doing. Last time out, I assumed they're going to give the young guys more run, and then they kind of just chalked it up and played the veterans. So I don't really know what the plan is here with Luke Walton. Embiid at 9.9. Obviously, we get a boost of no Ben Simmons. The matchup's really good. The price under 10K, certainly in play. Then you got Drummond at 8.8. Again, Pistons have been involved in a few blowouts. The price has dropped in him and Drummond. No issue with either of those guys. Both those guys seem too cheap. Nurkic at 7.4. Only played 25 minutes last time out against the Clippers, but still got 38 fantasy points. Now a matchup here against the Pelicans. If the game stays close, I assume he pushes for 30 minutes. So I do like Nurkic quite a bit here at 7.4. Again, I do like this game as a game stack. Capella at 7.3. No complaints. Eaton, not a great defender. The only concern, again, is the blowout. DeAndre Ayton at 6.1. So I would consider him for sure. The price is really cheap on him. If you're doing a game stack, I would not mind at all running it with like Devin Booker and Ayton and then like running it back with Harden and Capella or something like that. With no issue with that. Let's see. Robin Lopez has been playing really well here. The price is up though to 5.7, where I don't think I can do it. Let's see. So Zubac, the thing I like, the minutes creeping up there a bit. 23, 27, 22 minutes. Now he's got a matchup in Chicago. Obviously, Chicago likes running big. So 4.5K. I think Zubac's a pretty fair play here with some upside. Kanter. You guys know I do like playing Kanter. He's going to play 15 to 20 minutes. The matchup's really good. Maybe Nurkic gets in foul trouble. Kanter gets a little more run. So I definitely think he is in play as a GPP play here, 4.5. McGee. So Detroit runs big. It's basically him and Wagner. They run small, both Kuzma, but Detroit runs big. So I'd assume McGee gets extended here, and at 4.4, that just seems too cheap. But just be careful. We never know what Luke Walton's going to do. McGee could play 15 minutes, and I would honestly not be surprised. We never really know what's going to happen with Luke Walton. So let's wait for more Lakers news before we come to a decision here. Mo again. I'm just going to wait for Laker news tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's about it. So, there's definitely some appealing games here on this 8-game slate. Charlotte, Washington. I assume that over-under is going to be pretty high. The Lakers and Detroit. The Detroit bigs just seem too cheap. Also, I forgot to bring up, where is Reggie Jackson? He hurt his ankle. So if he misses, I would really like Ish Smith. He's been playing really well off the bench at 3.9. If he starts with no Reggie, I would absolutely love him as a value play. So I just thought I'd bring that up. So Detroit, again, it's the two bigs, and it's possibly Ish Smith if Reggie misses. On the Lakers side, there's a whole bunch of question marks. If LeBron misses, then that's when you target those other Lakers. Rondo, Kuzma, McGee. Any of these guys, Mo, Hart, you could target any of these guys if LeBron does miss. So we're going to have to kind of wait for news there. On the Sacramento side, Fox seems a little bit too cheap. Bogdanovich, Bagley if he's not going to be limited. On the Philly side, we're waiting for Ben Simmons news. If he misses, then you target the other big three. Milwaukee, Miami, kind of a cross-off for me, to be honest. Two, pretty solid defensive teams. I don't think I want to target anyone in that game. Phoenix, Houston, definitely can target for GPPs. There is the blowout risk. On the Phoenix side, it's Booker. It's Ayton for me. On Houston, it's obviously those big three, Harden, Chris Paul, Capella. This New Orleans-Portland game, probably my favorite game as a game stack. On the Portland side, I like the big three. Lillard, McCollum, Nurkic. Even Kanter, too, off the bench. Those four, definitely consider on the New Orleans side. Randle's okay. Anthony Davis, I would like Randle a lot if Anthony Davis misses, but right now it's pointing toward Anthony Davis playing. You definitely can play him in GPPs. Like Elfrid Payton a lot. Frank Jackson's okay. You can target some of these other guys, these cheaper guys, if Anthony Davis does miss. And then we got New York, San Antonio. Obviously there's blowout risk here. Probably my favorite target in this game would be Derrick White. If Dennis Smith Jr. misses, you could target Moutier, but I'd assume Dave Fizzle just adds another guy to the rotation, and you just can never trust him. So I don't know if I want to target any Knicks. And then Aldridge, DeRozan, definitely in play, but again, the blowout does concern me. And then Chicago, the Clippers game. Chicago looks like the starting five is going to be healthy. Don't have an issue with any of the guys. I think they're all fair plays, not the best, not the worst plays. And the Clippers side, it's Lou Williams, it's Montrez for me, and it's JaMychal Green if Gallinari does miss. So I think that's it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section down below. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts on more news comes out throughout the day, and I'll be back for another video on Saturday. So I will see you guys then.